Welcome back to BBN Tonight. After years on the UK defensive line, Quinton Bohanna is moving on to the NFL.
Eli Gain talked to the nose guard about that and his career in blue and white.
All right, I am joined now with, I guess now former Kentucky defensive lineman Quinton Bohanna. Quinton, thanks for your time. Let's start right here. You're just a few days removed from your third bowl victory as a Kentucky Wildcat. Just how have the last few days been for you?
It's been real good, relaxing, reflecting on, a long 4 years, and it just felt good to go out there and play with those guys in that bowl game. And that was a great experience. Even before the game, just bonding with the team one last time and everything. So right now I'm just relaxing, trying to take some time away from it until I got to really get into it.
And before that game, there was some people saying, who knows if some of these players will even participate in this bowl game. Was that something that you were kind of thinking about leading up to it, or were you from the jump, I'm all in, I'm going to play in this final bowl game?
Oh yeah, from the jump. Like the feeling in the locker room as players as a whole, we knew if we had the opportunity to play an extra game, we was going to do it. Because each and every Saturday, we had many players affected by COVID and missed, but one thing we was going to do was go out there and play and compete. So with me individually and specific, I always knew I was going to play in a bowl game.
Quinton, how difficult was this year for you as a player? I know you went through some injuries and things too, but you talk about the pandemic and just how you had to, it was basically a day-by-day operation. You never know what's going to happen. How was this season for you personally?
For me personally, it was stressing, I enjoyed, when it came to being on the field, that was the only, normal, the feel of things back to normal. Because on the field, everything was, no problems. You wasn't thinking about it. But off the field, with everything going on, it can let it affect you. But, I've been around for a little minute. So Coach Stoops counting on me to keep, the young guys, specifically in my room, we got a lot of great young guys. So he wanted me to keep a level head so the team could feed off that and be ready too.
And now, obviously, you're turning the page to the next chapter of your football career. Was this a decision that you sort of had in mind before the season began? Did you know this was going to be your final year, even when the NCAA said that you could return for another season if you wanted to? Was going to the NFL something that was in your mind before the 2020 season started?
Yes, sir, it was in my mind. And, I wanted to go every day and attack every day, day by day, and not think about it. But, in the back of my head, I kind of knew this would be my last season. So I wanted to go with no regrets, leave everything out there on practice field, game field, my team. So it was something that I knew was going to happen.
And I can imagine, too, we talked about the 3 straight bowl victories that you and some of the senior group has. It's got to be when you leave here from Kentucky, I feel like you probably feel that you've succeeded here and there was really nothing else left to prove for returning for another year. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes, sir, it's fair. It's a fair assessment. I just felt like, I came in as an 18-year-old kid and came and, had to play a big role in this defense, and play. So from day one, I've been playing as a freshman until now my senior year. So I just felt like, I did what I had to do. I left my mark. I had a great impact and positive impact on this program. And it was just my time to turn the page, like you said, and begin this next chapter of my life.
So what's the next step for you? I know you're down in Mississippi right now. What's that next step for you? So what is that next step for you to prepare for the NFL draft that's going to take place in a few months?
Yeah, so I'm back home in Memphis, Tennessee right now, and I'm just in a few days now I'm gonna go start training, combine training, pro day training for the next 6 to 8 weeks. Just grinding and putting 100% focus and everything, my all, into trying to, pursue my dream. So that was the next couple months going to look for me.
Have you heard any feedback from any sort of scouts or even just from the coaches on the UK staff on what you need to improve upon? And if so, what are some of those things that you're going to try to take the next step in?
Yeah, I hear a lot from a lot of players. From a lot of scouts and coaches, but the most important thing, or I put emphasis on during this process for me, is just, improving my pass rush. And coming into Kentucky, it was a lot I had to learn about it. And this year, from the last couple years, my pass rush game is night and day, and I improved a lot, but I'm still improving. I got to improve. So this process is going to be, I'm going to harp on, the run game and doing that because that's number one. You got to do that to get the rest of the passer, but I'm going to put a lot of emphasis on that.
Coming up next on BBN Tonight, we move to the other side of the ball with Drake Jackson.
The former man in the middle of Kentucky's Big Blue Wall will share his memories from a long career with the Cats. We'll be right back.